Even though this life gets tough, said you gotta keep fighting. And even though it gets hard, it's gonna get hard. You gotta keep striving. But you gotta keep striving. Through the fears and the loss, so the tears won't turn off. No tears in your heart's crying. Hold on to his words. Lean on him. It gets better.
The toughest war you ever face will be domestic. It's elementary. It's been this way for centuries. Cold War was raised against our seed. Take off them blinders, you will see. That it ain't about them gas prices. It's all about who whip the nicest. All about them deals on bundles. Hair fleet don't make them up. Face beating red bottoms. Dead beats, we hear about them.
Welcome to another episode of A Mile in My Shoes, where we ask the question, how can we say we know someone if we've never heard their story? Tonight we have a special guest. What up, Mom? I see you already. What's going on, Miss Cassandra? How are you doing tonight? Look, I got Babe in the building too. Very special guest tonight, Vickie Rodriguez. And hopefully we get Lil Hudson on the camera too. My little man. I gotta see my little man tonight. So without any further ado, we're gonna get into some issues. Tonight we're gonna talk about how to let go of control. Ooh. Can we talk about it? Letting go of control. And then we're gonna get into one of my favorite love stories, a grandmother's love. And she's gonna walk us through some of the events that took place for her to gain custody of her grandson. Without any further ado, one of the realest people I know in this world, either you love her or you'll find out, man. Welcome, Mrs. Vickie, none other.
I feel like I'm like Miss America right now. Let me get my wave down. So I got gray hair. I don't know how many Miss Americas have gray hair.
What's going on, Vic?
Same old, same old.
Where my buddy at? I gotta see where my buddy Hudson. What's
hello.
up, man?
Say hello.
What's up,
Hi.
man?
Hi, everybody. He's busy on the phone. I don't know who he's texting right now.
Just ask him, can I get an interview? Just ask him, can I get an interview later? That's all I need to know, man.
You're like, I'm gonna tell my side of the story.
So Vic, for the people that don't know you, introduce yourself. Tell them who you are. Give them a little background of who Vickie is, man.
Well, how far you want me to go back, B?
It's up to you. Go as far as you think they can handle, Vic.
Yeah, that's way back. Yeah, Vickie Rodriguez, born in New Orleans, Louisiana, raised all over Louisiana, Mississippi. I used to call myself the I-10 hobo, Brent, because we were vagabonds here and there. Yeah, in Lafayette, and now me and Lil Hudson just doing our thing over here.
So, I know we're gonna get to this letting go of control, but just give us a little background as far as growing up, what it was for you, and some of your experiences, things you went through that made Vic the person that was even struggling with letting go. What led to that?
Right. So yes, I'm gonna go way back. So my mother was born in 1941. Of course, it's a totally different world then, right? She was 18 when she was married. She had her first son, first of 7 children, when she was 19. Now, her first son passed away. Her husband shot her in the stomach because he thought she was having an affair. Yeah, shot her. She survived. His intent was to kill them both, but she survived. Of course, the baby didn't. She stayed married to him and went on to have 5 more children with him. I have 5 older sisters. So by the time I came around, she was 34, I believe around 34. He had left her, was living with another woman. She went on about her life and went on about her business. And here's my little partner in crime. She went
What's
on
up, Bussy?
about her business. She became involved with someone else, and then she got pregnant with me. And here we are. So, but growing up, being the illegitimate child, and that's what my grandmother always called me, the illegitimate bastard child. Yeah. From in the womb, there was hurt and rejection before I was even born, right? So I always knew growing up that I had to set myself apart from everybody else in my family.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, I wouldn't fit
Mm.
and I wouldn't work and they wouldn't love me, right? So it was a struggle from birth on. And so as life went one by one, families, they moved, they changed this, that, and the other. But I knew that I had to be in control of my own destiny. I had to be in control. I always had to make the first move. I always had to be the one because early on in life, from birth, I knew that I didn't fit in. That it was just something. It was just something.
Yeah.
And they always let me know that it was just something. I was told I was left in a basket until I was about 9 years old. In a basket. I had no idea. A lot of different things happened. But that's what it stems from was, just being born into violence and chaos and mayhem. And I needed to control me. I needed to control everything around me. And I said from an early age, I remember I was about 12 years old. And I said to my mother, you will never beat me again. You will never hit me again. I will never be like you. Yeah.
So you had to go through the fighting, the tussling, and the abuse.
Had to.
Right.
Because on into life, had I not gone through that, on into life, later in life, I couldn't have survived.
Now tell me that when it gets to that part, when we starting to approach early adulthood, how was that?
Hectic and chaotic. Now listen, by the time I'm approaching early adulthood, I'm in high school, and I'm grown. I know everything now, but I'm wild because nobody can tell me anything, but I tell them. I tell y'all how it's going. And they let me. So from early on, it was a struggle because as a child, I knew I had to fight for myself. As a grown up, I not only had to fight for myself, but I had to fight for them as well. I had to fight for them too. But I set the stage early on in life that I was going to be in control of everything. To this day, if there's a problem, I'm the one they call.
You know who to call because Vic don't play any games.
No.
It ain't bigger than 4 feet.
5'3", Brandon. Give me a break now. 5'3", average.
Okay, now we crossing over adulthood. When did having to have control started to show like it may be a little problem?
Okay, now we're getting deep, Brandon. Now we're getting deep. Yeah. About 12 years ago, I think is when I hit the wall. I was tired. Physically, mentally, emotionally. I was tired. I was burnt out. And I'm just thinking to myself, I can't give any more. There's nothing more I can give. And I'm going to tell you a story that even you don't know. This is a story very few people know.
We about to get an exclusive. Come on with it. I got my invisible popcorn.
Yeah. So I was living life, and I wouldn't say it was a bad life. Making money, earning a living, had a nice home, nice car. Yeah. Single life, doing what I want, when I want, knowing that everybody in my family, and now to me, in my mind, I'm superior to them, right? I grew up being beneath them, but now I'm superior to them because they need me all the time, right? But that comes at a price. And I hit the wall. And this was a Sunday afternoon. Leading up to this Sunday afternoon, I had just been going through some really hard thoughts and just like, I've done everything I can do. My daughter is in the position she's in. I'm tired of fighting with this one. I'm tired of trying to be the backbone of this. I am tired. Brandon, when I tell you I prayed for death, I did. That was all I prayed for. For a good 7-8 months of my life, every day I had a smile on my face. I'm going to work. I'm doing it. But I prayed for death every day.
Prayed for death
every day. Because I could not live up to who everybody thought I was.
Yeah.
That was the image I created because they needed me. And I don't need anybody, right? Because I'm me.
Yeah.
Got it. So this particular Sunday afternoon, at this point in time, it was about 10, 11 years ago, I lived at Penn South Apartments, right? You know where that is? Okay, right next door, literally within a couple of doors walk, there's a bar, Gloria's Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I went to that bar and I went to that bar, drinking all day. But in my head, this is it. This is it. This is it. I'm going to live this last day, and this is it. Went to that, drank all day, blackout drunk. But I don't remember. I remember going to that bar. I remember part of the day. I don't remember walking back through that apartment door. Here's what I do remember. I remember getting down on my knees in front of my couch, and I said to God, please forgive me. Please forgive me. And I started listing my sins, speaking them one by one. All that I could remember in this state. And to me, if you commit suicide, you're going to hell. But also to me, if I ask God to forgive me, he's going to, right? This is my mentality. So I'm on my knees and I'm telling God, forgive me. This is it. I can't. I don't want to. It's enough. So I had some blood pressure medication, and I thought blackout drunk, blood pressure medication, Xanax, hydrocodone, took it off. Ran the bathtub, and I remember all of this clearly, Brandon. Ran the bathtub, got in that bathtub. That was it. It was supposed to be lights out. That was it. The next thing I remember, and I was told later, was 7 days later, I was in a hospital.
Wow.
And I'm coming out of this fog, and it feels like I was in a mist. And I hear people talking, and the only thing I said to them is, why did y'all save me? Yeah. But that's how much my control cost me.
Do y'all hear this?
I'm gonna sip my wine if you don't mind.
Go ahead. You're saving somebody right now, Vic. You said that's how much the control costs you.
Yeah. I meant that day, Brandon, that was my last day on this planet. That was it. I had enough. Yeah.
So after coming out of that, how does life look to you then when you survive a situation like that? And now I'm just asking questions because I'm like I said, I'm there.
Yeah.
How does surviving that make you look at life?
I was in a pity pot for a long time. For a long time after that, surprising, I was in a pity pot because I'm still here, and they still need me. And now, not only but now they're talking about me. Now they're talking,
Lord.
And so now I got to control this too. And I got to so I got to make it, and then I have to start over. And that went on for about another 2 years. That crazy, that is it. That control. I needed to control the narrative. I needed to control even what people thought. That's how much control I had to have.
Hey, it really get that deep. Like, I'm a living witness. It really get that deep.
Oh yeah.
After that rejection.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it get that deep, man. Hey, are y'all taking this in, man? Because I know they got many people that's going through that right now this day, Vic, wanting to control every single thing around them. That rejection make you do some, like, Vic. That rejection make you do some things, man.
Insanity.
And all the while we accept it as who we are from God, but we go to look for acceptance from every single
single person on the planet. Doesn't matter who, what, when, where, how. And then when it doesn't work out, people that have to control it, when it doesn't work out, we justify it so we can still control. What happened. That relationship didn't work out, not because but because I said, when in the reality, it was never going to work out anyway. None of that was ever going to work out anyway. It's never going to work out. Because,
hey, if you ever dealt with control issues, type me in the wait. Hold on, let me type it first. I don't even want. Let me type me in the comments if you ever dealt with control issues. I'm typing it first. Look, I'm typing it first. Me, I'm putting it on there first. If you ever dealt with control issues, type me, man. Look, there we go. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
And look, Vic, it don't always have to be in a bad way. Like, now we about to go deeper. Even when you want the best for people, it can turn into control issues,
Right.
Vic.
Right.
I just don't want to see them doing this. I don't want to, and you will start trying to do everything in your power to keep it when everybody got to go through life just like we did.
Right.
So it's not always bad control.
Right.
You can be wanting to do the right thing and end up full of issues the same way.
You know what I've learned though, Brandon, when it comes to that, when you're around people and they know you and they know how controlling they are and they know how you are, and this is the same. When you start trying to interject into their lives and you start saying, listen, and you want to control, you want to rein it back in. It to them, it's not love. To them, it's not compassion. To them, it's this broad wants to tell me what am I doing, so that I can fit into her life.
Wow.
Right. And that kind of leads up to Hudson, and that was kind of a big thing, with me and my control, have to control everything. Have to know. I have to know everything. I have plan A, B, C, and D for every day, and I still do. Yeah, I always say, just have to have a backup. You never know what's going to happen. Which is madness. I spend hours planning for every area that I can think of.
And Vic, what about the issues that cause your body? Blood pressure pills, the
wrinkles.
Headaches.
I'm trying to pay for Botox. Wrinkles.
Look, the left arm going out of whack.
Right.
Look. My left side shut down.
You can't sleep. And then you want to sleep during the day. Then you're tired and you're grouchy at work, and people think you're just a jerk. And it just everything piles up.
Yes,
and
indeed.
in reality, you were I was so out of control. I couldn't control my own life. I could not control my own fate. But I'm trying to control everything around me. And it was disastrous.
You know what I'm thinking about though, Vic? If you think about the rejection, the root of it, it's almost like trying to control situations is almost like you trying to control something, knowing that you can't, and then when you're gonna get that rejection and go right back to rejection, like it's almost like you addicted to the rejection. Right. I know I can't control people or things, but because I'm so used to being rejected, I'm gonna set up a scenario where I'm gonna get rejected.
So I was saying, I am going to create disastrous situations. I create these disastrous situations where I'm creating the disaster, but I'm standing on the sideline. And that way, when all hell breaks loose, guess who gets to come in and save it? Me. So even for a minute, they want me. Even for a minute, they want me. And there's my reward. There's my payoff.
Are y'all hearing this thing getting dissected? Ooh, you're touching on some things, Vic. Oh, say that one more time, Vic. Run that back.
Which part?
I'm gonna make a disaster situation.
I'm creating disastrous situations. I'm creating them all around me. Then I'm gonna go in and save them because now I'm the hero, and they want me. They love me for a minute. Not for long term. They don't want me or love me for long term, but for that moment, whatever need they had, I fulfilled, then I feel better. But when I walk away, Brent, I'm the same old me.
I'm dealing with some things in this chair. She helping me. Oh, Lord. Woo. Y'all drop some hearts if she helping y'all. Woo. Babe, can you cut the air down? It's hot in the seat.
Here, you want your phone? Get that. Here, you want your phone?
So Vic, when did it get to the point to where it's like it's time for me to try to do something to change this, man? I can't live like this, man.
All through my entire life, and I will say, all through my entire life, there was always something in my head, in my heart, say, this isn't okay. You can't do this. You can't keep this. After the suicide, and I ended up in the mental hospital and all that, and then went right back to the crazy, right? About 4 years ago, there was a particularly bad situation. Excuse me. A really bad, particularly bad situation that I made much worse than it actually was. Found myself unemployed. I'm struggling with bills. Now I'm at a different place in my life than I have been for a long time. And now I am having to ask someone else. I had to borrow to pay my rent. I had never been in a position as an adult where I had to borrow money to pay my rent, but there I was. And I was hat in hand. And I was humiliated and I was embarrassed. And I did not know where to put myself. Did not know what to do. And I think it was at that point that I started realizing that all of this stuff that's around me means nothing. All of these people and these things, it means that because they don't know me. They don't know me. They don't know who and how I am. They know bits and pieces. And I showed them what they want and need at that time.
Yeah.
So that I can be wanted and needed, but they don't know me. I've never given anyone an opportunity to know me, right? And so we have to hide. We have to hide behind these veils of secrecy, and we have to hide. And we have to shelter them. And and then when all hell breaks loose, I was in a position to where, what do I do? What do I do now? What do I do now, child?
Almost like it was forced.
Yeah. So it was that. It was that.
What's up, man?
And I think that's when I started to learn some humility. That's when I started. I knew I had to humble myself. I knew I had to. I couldn't keep any more secrets. I couldn't come up with any reason or explanation or why all of a sudden I went from this to having to borrow my rent. And my rent was only $900. Yeah. Like it was, $5,000. It was $900. So how do I go from this to where I'm asking, please?
Yeah.
That wasn't, and that was the beginning of me having to humble myself.
I know about that, Vic.
It was hard. It was hard. And that was really one of the first times I had a conversation with another person that, it's just, it is what it is.
Right.
It is what it is. When I had to get real, when I had to get honest and say, this is a reality. This is what I've done. And this is how it is.
Accepting the responsibility. Oh, yeah, that was tough.
Mm-hmm. Accountability is hard. It's hard.
Oh, accountability. Oh, Lord have mercy. Accountability.
Worst thing ever.
One of the hardest pills to swallow.
Right.
That all this chaos I got going on around me is because of me.
Because of me. Not anybody but me. Yeah.
It's a hard pill to swallow, but that's where it starts, Vic.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it starts. That's the hardest, because when you can learn to accept accountability for your life and your actions and where you are, that's the beginning of actually taking true control.
Absolutely. And the irony is now, Brandon, I don't want control. I don't want it.
Doesn't it feel so much better though? It's a little nerve-wracking though, Vic. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
There are times where I find myself, I'm trying to interject myself into situations and I'm running my mouth and I have to walk away. I just have to walk away. Now, I had a conversation with one of my half-sisters the other day and I said, listen, this is what I live by now. If somebody doesn't want me to know, they don't tell me. Oh, I love Miss Karen.
Shout out Miss Karen in the building. We see you, man. We see you.
Yeah, so I just don't want to know because then, it's a process. But I feel like I need to. And I think a lot of it is, and this is going to sound really sad, but I think a lot of it is, but growing up, there was no one to protect me. No one. Free for all. As children, go along with what our parents say or do, or whatever adults are in our life, and that's another big thing. I want to protect everybody around. So I see where you're heading. I see what you're doing. If I probably invented it. this. So you're not doing anything. You're not that I haven't already damn well done. I've
Yeah.
lived a very colorful life, you know. And so I'm going to interject, and I'm going to stop you. And I don't want you to do this because I know what can happen. I know what can happen. But then all that other person sees is she's just trying to control every aspect of my life. That's how she is. That's how she is. That's how she is. See, that's why I don't want you anywhere near because you always try to tell somebody what to do. That's what I hear all the time. I'm trying to tell you what to do. Lived it, seen it, done it. Know how bad it can get. You have no idea what's on the other side of that door. None. You don't want to know. That's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I've got to change everything about me. And if they accept it, great. And if they don't, what can I do?
Now, see, that took me a long time to get there, Vic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's where the control comes in. When you go past that point, once you offer it, it has to stop right there.
Right.
Anything past that point, you crossed over into control.
Right.
So I had to learn to present it and leave it be.
Leave it be.
Because that person has a choice.
Sometimes. I struggle with that sometimes.
That's hard.
It really is. It really is. It really is. And that's what has led up to a lot of the struggles with my daughter. You know, let's
talk about this because I want people to I'll take them into this story, Vic. Because I had the pleasure of watching some of the process, and it was, I saw how strong you was. That's what I really found out who Vic was.
Well,
tell them kind of what happened in that situation, Vic.
Okay, yeah. So my daughter, she's a drug addict. She's a heroin addict. She has been for 19 years, from her teenage years, to now, to this very day. And 2.5 years ago, she shows up at my house. It's around Christmas time. And I could see the little pooch. And I kind of knew she was pregnant. But I'm just like, no. I ignored it, pretended that I didn't see it, went on about my life. Well, started working at Camping World. Right around the same time, started working at Camping World. Well, she comes over one day. Now there's no denying it. I mean, there's a baby in that belly. And I told her, I said, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Erica? Well, I don't know, Mom. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Well, here I go. First thing you got to do, you got to get in rehab. You got to get clean. This baby, have you been to a doctor? And what do you do? Who do I need to go? Oh, immediately, that's, but not control. Like, listen, you're going to die. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And now there's a baby. Right? Well, of course, then the argument starts. So I don't need your help, but then get out of my house. Get out of my house. It's real simple. Get out of my house. So she goes on, and of course I'm worried. Of course I'm concerned. Here she is. I know she's a drug addict. I know she's pregnant. I know there's other problems going on in her life, and now there's this baby. Listen, I got to stay out of it, and that's my thing. I've got to stay out. And I told her, if you want my help, you know where I am. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say. So time goes. Baby's born. Leading up to this, Erica and I had a conversation, and I told Erica, huh?
No, I'm telling them to share the live.
Sure. So leading up to this, Erica and I had a conversation, and I asked her, I said, what are you going to do with the baby? What are you going to do? He's going it, and I didn't know at that point, boy or girl, and I'm going to just be brutally honest here. I did not want to know. I said, don't tell me. I don't want to know if it's a boy or a girl. I don't want anything to do with this. Nothing. Because you're not going to change your life. I didn't raise you to be this way. You were raised better than this, Erica. You know better than this. What do you do? What are you going to do with the baby, Erica? Well, I don't know, Mom. I don't know. Well, where's Daniel? Where's Daniel's family? What are they going to do? I don't know. Well, y'all better figure it out. That's what y'all better do. I don't know what you're going to do, but y'all better figure it out, Erica. So I didn't even know the baby was born. I'm at work one day. I get a call from social services. LaShonda Nady was her name. Got a call from social services. Went outside and I talked to her. And she said, well, Erica, they had to deliver the baby a C-section. The baby is sick. Erica's all right. She's agreed to go into rehab if you'll agree to take the baby. No. 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 Is my meter? No. Absolutely not.
Just drop it on you.
Yeah, just like that. Just like that. And so I said, absolutely not. No. I said, there's no way. First of all, I'm not young. Second of all, I just started a new job. I'm in a great job. And listen, no, I'm not going to do. And besides the fact, believe me, I don't believe she's ever even going to go to rehab. Seriously, no, I'm not doing this. How am I helping her? Right? Yeah. And this is what I said. A couple of days went by. I had a meltdown at work. I had a meltdown. Bree came into my office. I was crying crazy. Zach pulled me in. I was crying snot. It was just terrible. And Zach's like, what is going on, Vickie? And I said, listen, if I choose one, the other has to be out of my life forever, right? If I choose to take this baby and she doesn't get clean, then I have to do whatever I have to protect this baby.
Yeah.
If I don't take this baby and I encourage her to get clean, we'll never have contact with this baby again. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I don't know. It's literally snot running down my face. And Zach sitting there just calm and quiet as can be. And he said to me, whatever you decide, commit to it 100%. But it's not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to say, listen, you do this. That's what I wanted to hear. Somebody tell me what to do. So I waited about 2 days. And then I finally went to the hospital. I wasn't going to go see the baby. Still didn't know, boy or girl. But I wanted to go see Erica.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how serious are you? How serious are you? If you're serious, your bags are going to be packed. And if you're not, then I'm leaving. And I'm done. Yeah. And that's it. I'm not getting sucked into this again. Right? So go in that hospital room. She's sitting there playing on her phone like nothing. And I said, so Erica, how's the baby? Well, he's really sick, Mom. Sick. The baby's not sick. The baby's drug addicted. It's a difference. Mm-hmm. You're sick. The baby's drug addicted. Right? Mm-hmm. And so what are you going to do, Erica? I haven't decided. You what? All right, then. All right. Listen, whenever you want to get your life straight, whenever you want to do what you got to do, I will be here for you. But until that day comes, I'm done. I am done. I left. I'm in the elevator down all the way on the floor. I'm about to walk out the double doors. And I said, let me just go see.
Oh,
I don't even know. I walk back up there and I get to that little NICU in Brandon. I walk in there. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. And I said, can y'all tell me the Rodriguez baby? They bring me in there. And Hudson is about the size of a football. And he had tubes in his nose and IVs in both hands. And he's wrapped up and he's got this little hat on his head. And I went to touch his little head. And the NICU nurse was standing right beside. She said, you can't touch him. I can't touch him. She said his nervous system is on fire. If you touch him, it hurts him. Here, child. But it hurts. She said it's pain. And I said, why? And she said, because the drug. She said, we've had him on a morphine drip to help him withdraw from the drugs. Now, mind you, this is 2 days. He's been in this world 2 days. And I said, has anybody touched him? She said, no, nobody can touch him. It sends his nervous system on fire. It causes him pain. You can't touch him. That is the first time in my life I actually hit my knees, literally hit my knees. And all I said to God was, please save him. He's got something to do. This child has something to do. Name at that point, they hadn't named him. He didn't have a name. He was just known as Baby Rodriguez. He's wrapped up there. You can't touch him. Nobody can touch him. Child.
You see, he got that power now.
Nobody can touch him. And Brandon, I've gotten a picture of this. That first day, I was standing there and I was touching the side of his bed. And I was talking to him and I said, I know I can't touch you, but I want you to know I love you. And I had my camera and I took and one little eye popped open. And that was it. That was a wrap. I was like, you little jerk. You You're a con artist. You're a con artist.
He said, I got her.
Yeah, pretty much, sucker.
You'll be back.
Then, he fought. This baby fought.
So, when did you know, like, I'm about to take this kid, man?
I think the reality was that I knew that he was going to come home with me, but at that point, it's going to be temporary. It's going to be temporary. When I knew that he was never leaving my house, he had come home from the hospital. He'd probably been home for about 4 or 5 days, maybe 4 or 5 days. And I was rocking him and I was singing to him. And he wrapped his little hand like babies do. Like they wrapped his little hand around my finger. And then his other little hand he put on my face. And that's what we do to this day. He'll put his hand on my face when he goes night-night to this day. And I thought, this creep. Look, now here I am, old with this baby. But it had to be done.
Road dog. And look, I watched it. I watched you come in Camping World. You like, Brandon, I'm old now. I can't do this. I can't do this. And then all of a sudden, I see you behind this. I see you behind this. I see you behind this. I said, she gone.
Well, I remember that day I was telling you, I did not know that I was missing anything from my life.
Yeah.
Until Hudson came along.
Oh, yeah.
I had a plan. I had a plan. I was 5 years at Camping World. I was moving to Costa Rica. That was my plan. That was it.
Yep. I remember.
Yeah, I'm going.
You had it to the T.
And this, my plan is made. And this wasn't going to happen. And, that was my plan. But I had no idea how much my life was missing until he showed up.
Can you imagine, like, when we was having those talks, we didn't know none of this was going to take place. And it's just like.
None. You know what, though? You know what, Brent? Like, every day is a struggle. It is. Every day just by myself is a damn struggle. To get laundry done and whatever. Every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle. But every day I have to remind myself that not many people get a second chance twice. Not many people.
Somebody type that. Not many people get a second chance twice. I had to sit back on that one. Ooh. Not many people get a second chance twice.
We don't. I can think of 100 different times in life that I shouldn't have survived. That I shouldn't have. But I did. Yeah. And then that Sunday afternoon, I wasn't going to. Nothing was going to. If 30 blood pressure pills, 17 hydrocodone, 9 Xanax in a bathtub. To this day, I don't know who walked into that apartment and drugged me out of that tub. Don't know to this day.
A whole miracle out here, man.
But I was so ungrateful and I was so bitter and I was so hurt and I was so sad that at that point I couldn't appreciate it. It wasn't until this child came along when I realized not many people get a second chance twice, Brady. And I did. But this isn't about me. And I struggle every day. Hudson does not have a job as a child. He does not have a job. He was not born to give me a second chance at life. He was not born to cure his mother's addiction. Stop it. Okay. He was not born to cure his mother's addiction. I am just a lucky grandmother. And I just get to help him get to wherever he's supposed to be. And that's it.
Drop some hearts. I know this touched some people tonight, man. You got me feeling all googly and things, man. I need a hug. Air hugs, man. Air hugs, man. Somebody type hugs in the chat room, man. Hey, Vickie, let me tell you this to your face. And I'm pretty sure if you agree with what I'm about to say, type what I say. Vickie, you a hero, man.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, Vic, you a hero, man.
No.
Tell you to your face, Vic.
Well, I
Hey,
appreciate it, Brandon.
if Vic is a hero, type hero in the chat room, man. Vic,
That's silly.
Vic, do you know? Hey, do you know how many children never get that opportunity? How many children who parents are on drugs and they never ever see their parents get put in foster homes? Like, you a hero, man. You a hero, Vic. I'm serious. Look at the chat, man. Vickie, you a hero, man.
I'm not, Brandon. I'm just a mother who made a lot of mistakes. More than I can count. More than I can ever say I'm sorry for.
Mm.
I'm just a person that has been tasked with taking care of this heathen. But I know this. Hudson doesn't have a job. His only job is to grow and to
keep you young.
Is to become. And I have to just strike a balance, have to strike a balance. But having him in this world, sorry.
I'm loving it. Hudson keeping a rolling. I'm loving
it. In this world, Brandon, I have had no choice but to relinquish control and to humble myself and to learn and to say every day, and I say it every day, when I fight now, I fight on my knees. That's when I fight. When I fight now, I fight on my knees. And my arms are lifted high because, listen, I can't do this by myself.
Somebody type fight on your knees, man.
Physically, I'm by myself. It's me and Hudson every day. Me and Hudson every single day.
So I got a question, Vic. So this is where it get real. Being in your position and the shoes you had to take on, which is some heavy shoes, to those parents out there, mothers or whatnot, who battle with drugs and they have young children that's getting neglected, what would you want to tell them?
What I would want to tell these mothers, and it's the same thing I told my daughter, is this. These babies, they can give you everything those drugs cannot. These babies give you pure, innocent, unconditional love without question. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you nothing. You don't even have to love them back. They love you. They love you. And all they want is you. Period. That's it. Pure, unconditional, no judgment, no question, no anything. These babies, you don't have to love them immediately. You might not, but they love you. Will never question, and they'll never judge. Let them love you. Let them love you sober. They're worth it. My biggest fear is, how am I ever going to tell Hudson how much his mother did love him? Who she is on drugs and who she is are two totally different people. Totally different people. I know both people. I know both of them. And I know that sober, she would have never left this child. Never. I don't believe any drug. No. If you're sober, you don't leave your children. You don't. How can you? You don't. Drugs, money, men, women, cars, houses, beaches, whatever. The best thing in the world that you think you can imagine doesn't touch. Cannot touch. Even though he's mad, but cannot touch the love that a child gives you without question, without judgment, without asking, what can you do for me? They don't ask you. They don't ask you for $20 before they kiss you. They don't ask you. All they want is you.
And look, we taking too much of Hudson time, Vic. Vic, you see him, huh? He like, I had enough. Look, I'm not gonna stop you from your mother's duties anymore, but Vic, hey, Vic, you hit me deep.
Look too deep.
Look, you hit me deep. Y'all show some love for Vic so I can let her go be a mama. Vic, hey, I guarantee you, Vic, somebody gonna get touched by this. You better believe that.
I appreciate you letting me talk, asking the questions. I appreciate what you're doing.
Vic, hey, and keep it up, Vic.
Always.
Look, I know it's tough. I know it get hectic, but keep it up. Keep it up, Vic.
We're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. And
Yes,
remember
indeed.
this word, that when you fight on your knees.
Fight on your knees,
Arms
man.
lifted high. Arms lifted high. Fight on your knees with your arms lifted high. That's all we gotta do. That's all we gotta do, and we'll get through it.
Yes,
Always.
indeed. Hey,
Always.
we love y'all. We going out on a song called Keep Fighting. Vic, I love you.
I love you
And
too,
look,
Big B.
Hey, I'm going to watch it again because when I watch it again by myself, I get to cry. I couldn't cry. I can't cry on here, man. I got to be tough when I'm on here.
Man, I don't think I ever saw you cry.
I can't cry on camera, man. But I'm going to watch it again and I'm going to cry when I get
that.
stuck. I love you, Vic, man. Hey, love you. Hey, love you, baby Hudson,
Bye,
man.
bye.
Love you, baby Hudson, man.
Hey, bye.
Bye, man.
Bye.
Bye. They're going to smile. They're going to smile, man. All right, Vic.
Love you, babe.
Hey, y'all. I don't know what's going on, y'all. And I don't know what's happening. But that touched my soul, man. Shout out to all the mothers, all the grandmothers who ever been in that situation and they stood in the gap for somebody who couldn't do it. Shout out to y'all. Like, you all are heroes. I'm not taking it back. I'm not taking it back. I respect the humility, but I'm not taking it back. Me being a parent and a father, I know the duties and the time and the sacrifices it takes to do that. And to be somebody who's already gave her life to raise her children and then have to do it all over again. Man. Shout out to Vic, man. We going out on the song. I love y'all. We'll be back again for another episode. Remember, a mile in your shoes, we're going to find out the truth so we can really get to know people and really get to love people by knowing who they are and what they've been through. Word.
How we stop ignoring facts. It's how we take our family back. Fix the root and then attack. Stop making moves without a plan. Control emotions, then we stand. Calling on my kingdom and to come together. Take this land. We gotta fight, our future depends. Get the head back in order, cause that's where it begins. Invest your all into your garden, water the roots to the end. Nurture the family tree and let the fruit feed all men. Just listen.
Know this life gets tough, said you gotta keep fighting. And even though it gets hard, you gotta keep striving. Through the fears and the loss, so the tears won't turn off. No, he hears your heart's cry. Hold on to his words, lean on him. It gets better by and by.
And to my queens, I see y'all in a different way. It's more to y'all than posing. Posting pictures on your Facebook page. God giving power to uplift a man, to make a slave. Speak life into our dreams, or tear us down and watch us fade away. Know y'all position, cause you're vital to the family structure. No replacing any mother. Careful how you treat and love. elegant. Heaven sent etiquette is like no other. Her love is better than buttered biscuits right out the oven. Know who you are, don't let this world define. Shape or mold you, God's daughter, queen of nations. There's no box to ever hold you. Life creator, womb protector, heaven sent. Love injector, backbone, best gift ever. Worth more than hidden treasure. I speak life, cause this world is trying to turn you cold. Replace that heart of stone with flesh. We need your love to make us whole. Take back your crown and hold us down. Together, we won't fold. Get back to love how God intended. Change to make this family whole.
Even though this life is tough, said you